Drake named in RICO class action lawsuit alleging illegal gambling and music streaming manipulation. Rapper Drake has been named in a sweeping class action lawsuit that accuses him and several associates of participating in an alleged illegal gambling and money laundering scheme that plaintiffs say was also used to artificially inflate the popularity of his music. The lawsuit, filed December 31st and reviewed by USA Today, names Drake, online streamer Adin Ross, and George Nguyen as defendants. It alleges that the group promoted an unlawful online casino, Stake.us, while using proceeds from the platform to finance what the complaint describes as a coordinated campaign of music streaming manipulation, or botting, designed to boost Drake's streaming numbers across major platforms. The case comes after a year marked by public controversies and legal disputes involving the Toronto-born superstar, whose high-profile feud with fellow rapper Kendrick Lamar has continued to ripple through popular culture. Plaintiffs' attorneys say the alleged conduct goes far beyond artistic rivalry, instead describing a complex scheme involving illegal gambling, deceptive marketing, and violations of federal and state law. Claims of an illegal online casino. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of LaShawna Ridley and Tiffany Hines and seeks to represent a class consisting of all users of Stake.us, the US-facing version of the popular offshore gambling site Stake.com. The complaint characterizes Stake.us as one of the largest and most profitable illegal online casinos operating in the United States. According to the filing, Stake.us was created after Stake.com was banned from operating throughout the U.S. Plaintiffs allege the new platform was deliberately designed to bypass federal and state gambling restrictions by marketing itself as a social casino that does not involve real money wagering. USA Today has reached out to representatives for Drake for comment. Representatives for Stake and Ross could not be reached at the time of publication. Virtual currency with real-world value. Central to the plaintiff's claims is the allegation that Stake.us uses a dual currency system, gold coins and Stake cash, to conceal real money gambling activity. While gold coins are presented as purely virtual and without cash value, the lawsuit claims that Stake cash can be purchased, wagered on casino-style games, and later redeemed for cryptocurrency. According to the complaint, this structure means that Stake cash has a direct real-world dollar value, making wagers on the platform equivalent to traditional gambling. The plaintiffs argue that this setup violates gambling laws in multiple states, including Virginia, where the lawsuit was filed. Drake, 39, and Ross, described in the filing as a comedian and Twitch streamer, are accused of promoting Stake.us through live-streamed gambling sessions. The lawsuit alleges that both men were paid to advertise the platform and were provided with gambling funds by Stake itself, a practice the complaint says was done surreptitiously to obscure the true source of the money. Through these and other promotions, Stake has bombarded consumers with advertisements appearing on social media platforms, depicting its games as safe, legal, and fun, the complaint states. But these casino games are illegal in Virginia and throughout the United States and have inflicted harm on consumers across the Commonwealth who have lost real money chasing gambling wins on the Stake platform. Alleged RICO violations and money transfers. The lawsuit accuses the defendants of violating the Racketeer Influenced and Coorganized Organization Act, or RICO, a federal law originally enacted to combat organized crime. Plaintiffs allege that Stake.us, Drake, Ross, and Nguyen formed an enterprise that engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity, including illegal gambling, wire fraud, and money laundering. Nguyen, identified in the lawsuit as an Australian national, is alleged to have played a role in facilitating financial transactions between the defendants. According to the complaint, Stake's tipping program allowed users, including Drake, Ross, and Nguyen, to transfer funds directly to one another without oversight from financial regulators. The plaintiffs claim this system enabled large sums of money to move discreetly across borders and platforms, effectively concealing the flow of funds and avoiding detection by authorities. These transfers occurred outside the oversight of any financial regulator, the lawsuit alleges, allowing defendants to move money freely and secretly in furtherance of their unlawful activities. From gambling to music streaming manipulation. Beyond the gambling allegations, the lawsuit expands its scope to accuse Drake and his associates of using proceeds from Stake.us to manipulate the music industry's streaming ecosystem. Plaintiffs allege that funds generated through the gambling platform were funneled into large-scale music botting operations designed to inflate Drake's streaming numbers and online popularity. According to the complaint, the alleged scheme involved deploying automated bots and streaming farms to generate fraudulent plays of Drake's songs on platforms like Spotify. These artificial streams, the plaintiffs claim, were intended to fabricate popularity, distort recommendation algorithms, and give Drake an unfair competitive advantage over other artists. The lawsuit further alleges that the scheme included efforts to disparage competing musicians and music industry executives, as well as to influence public perception by creating the appearance of overwhelming popularity. At the center of the alleged operation, the plaintiffs say, was Drake himself. Drake was at the heart of the scheme, attorneys for the plaintiffs wrote, claiming the rapper knowingly benefited and directed efforts to artificially inflate his music's performance metrics. Impact on artists and consumers. The complaint argues that the alleged manipulation had wide-ranging consequences for both artists and listeners. By distorting streaming algorithms, the lawsuit claims, the defendants undermined the integrity of curated playlists and recommendation systems that many consumers rely on to discover new music. This alleged distortion, plaintiffs argue, suppressed authentic artists and narrowed consumers' access to legitimate content. By artificially elevating Drake's music, the lawsuit claims the scheme crowded out genuine competition and skewed the marketplace in favor of those willing to manipulate the system. Consumers were deceived into believing that Drake's music was organically popular, when in fact that popularity was manufactured through fraud and deception, the complaint states. These practices, the plaintiffs contend, not only harmed listeners, but also deprived other artists of fair exposure and potential revenue. Legal claims and demands. The lawsuit asserts multiple causes of action, including violations of RICO, the Virginia Consumer Protection Act, and various state gambling laws. Plaintiffs are seeking monetary damages, restitution for losses allegedly suffered by Stake.us users, and injunctive relief to stop the defendants from continuing the alleged practices. The plaintiffs have also demanded a jury trial. While class action lawsuits involving online gambling platforms are not new, legal experts say the inclusion of high-profile figures such as Drake raises the stakes significantly. If the case proceeds, it could result in extensive discovery into the inner workings of both Stake.us and the music industry. Broader context and industry scrutiny. The lawsuit comes amid growing scrutiny of online gambling platforms, particularly those that operate in legal gray areas by using virtual currencies or cryptocurrency-based systems. Regulators in the U.S. and abroad have increasingly focused on so-called social casinos, questioning whether they are being used to circumvent gambling laws. At the same time, the music industry has faced mounting concerns over streaming fraud. Platforms like Spotify and Apple Music have publicly acknowledged the problem of artificial streaming and have taken steps to detect and remove fraudulent activity. However, the lawsuit suggests that large-scale manipulation may still be occurring behind the scenes. Drake, one of the most commercially successful artists of the streaming era, has long been associated with record-breaking chart performances and massive online followings. The allegations, if proven, would challenge the narrative of organic success that has surrounded his career. For now, the claims remain allegations, and the defendants have not yet filed responses in court. Drake has not publicly commented on the lawsuit, and it remains to be seen how aggressively his legal team will move to challenge the accusations. As the case moves forward, it is likely to draw close attention from the music industry, regulators, and fans alike, raising broader questions about the intersection of celebrity marketing, online gambling, and the integrity of digital entertainment platforms.